Welcome, everybody, to the first ever Nerd Wars podcast. I'm Strikester Jackson.
I am Jacob Bodacious Bacon Hog.
Yeah, my name is Anthony Aguilera, or you can just call me Scrappy.
I'm Armando, also known as Dilla. Oh, I'm also Scrappy's son.
Very good,
Yep.
very good. Okay, now that we're all introduced, that took a while. How's everyone doing? Do a little bit of small talk here before we get into some of this stuff. I know, Dilla, you just got off work, and Scrap has nothing else to do, so he's kind of just been waiting here.
The usual.
True, yeah, I'm ready to go. We're warmed
I mean,
up,
we-
sitting down. Plenty of
Had a little
topics
bit
to
of
cover today.
conversation.
Very good, very good. All right, everyone. All right, I guess we should just start off. Has everyone seen the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 5?
Oh, we're
Yes.
just throwing it out there right
Yes.
I mean, honestly, we're just gonna get
Yeah.
nice and into the nitty gritty here,
Right for the thumbnail.
right? I mean, so I know Scrap had a little bit to talk about, but I'm gonna just say, Book of Boba for me has been overall a pretty good show. I think it's different. I am just a fanboy for like Tatooine stuff in general. So getting to see more of Mos Espa and a little bit of Mos Eisley and the Tusken Raiders in general, I think has been pretty cool. And I know the show's kind of getting a lot of hate for the whole Boba character, which I can agree with in some aspects, but I mean, I feel like this is him trying to evolve into something more than a bounty hunter. You know what I mean?
I want to go back and piggyback on the Tusken Raider thing. I like how they like showed them evolving, kind of with like the speeders. In
Oh, yeah.
episode I think 2 or 3.
It was so funny
I
seeing
think that
them
was
just like
awesome.
rip them
Oh, yeah.
apart once Boba came back. And
Right.
he's like, no, those are mine. And that was funny.
Yeah,
Like-
that was.
Yeah,
I
and
like
I don't know if like
Black
a
Panther.
Yeah.
that.
I don't know if you guys have played Knights of the Old Republic, the first one from 2005. But they actually, with the Tusken Raider arc, they actually confirmed something or recanonized something that they brought up in the game for the first time almost 20 years ago now. That Tatooine was once a vibrant planet. They mentioned that whenever I think the head Tusken is telling Boba like their history after they like really accept them into their tribe. So that's definitely something that I caught on to. That is pretty interesting as well.
Yeah, they've alluded to the Tatooine being all water multiple times, which makes me think that they might show a flashback, which I think would be cool. But now that we are kind of done with Boba being in the back to showing flashbacks, well, then again, he wouldn't be able to see it anyways. But I mean, who knows? I would love to see a water-filled Tatooine and just see how it all became dusty sand.
That'd be cool. I wonder if it was like all like a complete water planet, or if like
Like Camino in a way.
yeah,
Right.
or if it like had like land too, like high mountains and stuff right now. And how did it become a desert? Solar flare, you guys think?
Maybe.
With Twin Suns, I would think
Ooh,
so.
yeah,
That
true.
would be a pretty easy tie-up. I think you're probably onto something with that. And on top of that, within the episode a little bit later of this week's episode, episode 5, confirmed that Jawas are furry underneath their
Yeah.
cloak.
Yeah.
So we have our first kind of recanonization of what they actually look like under all of that. And I think it was an old theory as well. I don't remember where it came from. But the one of the old theories was that the Jawas and the Tuskens were the same race at one point in time as well, the same species at one point in
What?
time as well. Yeah, I don't know if you had
That's-
never heard that.
It's kind of awesome,
I
actually.
believe that was really old EU, old expanded universe stuff.
Thank you.
I can't remember where it's from. Yeah, my fault. Keep it easy on the abbreviations. But same thing, like probably without them being aquatic, I would assume that they probably had some form of more Earth-like than total water, right?
Yeah, when she brought up that they were furry, like I started like looking at their hands, and I don't know if it was their coat or their cloak or anything, but I just saw like black fur. I don't know if it was.
I
like,
saw that
like
too.
said, their
I
robe.
don't know if they've shown them being furry before that point, because I feel like they always have
Yeah.
like baggy kind of sleeves and such. But in that case, It was,
And
yeah.
even as soon as she said it, I was immediately staring at them as
Yeah.
well. Under
I was weirded
their
out by a
hood,
little bit.
yeah,
I was
under
like,
their
whoa.
hood, they have. It might just be for effects, but they have like almost like a balaclava on underneath
Yeah,
that
like
has
a
like the
mask.
golden eyes. Like you're right, like a mask. So I don't know. Just like the Tuscans, I mean, I doubt we will ever see one like
Unclothed.
unmasked.
Oh,
Yeah,
unmasked. That's a
unclothed,
better
yeah.
word.
Yeah,
That
unclothed.
seems
Yeah,
like
I
a
doubt we'll
month
ever see
away.
one naked in a PG-13 series.
No,
Hey,
you
I'm
mentioned.
also gonna bring
Nah.
up the fact that she could have been talking about a different area, if you know what I mean.
You're saying the
mean-
Jawa's got a little bit of a
Hey,
bush
hey,
going
yeah.
on?
Hey,
This
they
is
could
a
be
series
stacking,
based
though.
off of the 70s, so
I do like that
knows?
they kind of stick with those 70s looks for a lot of characters.
mhm,
Like that,
definitely.
I forget her name, but the mechanic chick that Mando works with, like she
Yeah, her
has
hair.
like, yeah, it's just straight up from
The perm, dude. What? She rocks that thing.
Scrap. I think you
She's
should rock
hilarious.
that.
I love her character, by the way.
What?
I do too.
That the mechanic, I think she's a hilarious addition to the cast.
Oh,
I
yeah,
liked
yeah,
her
yeah.
in season 1 whenever she showed up. Right,
The last
first time.
episode really showed that too. Like she was very funny, and I in my reaction I talked about it a lot. I was like, damn, this character's real fun.
And she's about it too. She's actually useful, for lack of a better term. Like her being able to, well, if we're ready to segue, rebuild the N1, the Starfighter, like effectively by herself,
Mhm.
is crazy. That entire scene just blew me away, like from start to finish.
Yeah, I think it's cool that they brought in a Naboo Starfighter. That was pretty sick. Where do you think they got it from? Like, how did it get to Tatooine?
No idea. I think.
I mean-
go
Don't
ahead.
ask
Scrap.
I mean, I was gonna say because she does have the BD droid. Maybe she went to a junkyard.
That BD droid was cute, bro. I don't know if y'all played the Jedi Fallen Order
yeah.
game.
Fallen Order, yeah.
Dude, that
Love that
whole
game.
game, obviously, like, it makes you connected to that BD-1 droid. And so when I saw it pop up, I immediately, it was just like, it was also cool to see, like, some of these new droids in live action. Like, in the last episode, we saw the rabbit droid that we've seen in Clone Wars, if you
Mhm.
remember. It was like the rat catcher or something. But,
Yeah, hilarious, by the way.
oh, dude, yeah.
That shit too funny.
Yeah, Star Wars does a really good job on making things look real in a practical sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
Right.
like
very
how
good at
raggedy
making,
the flying
cute-
was when he first
cute
pulled out the
robots.
N1 Starfighter,
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
he didn't like really know how to maneuver it because of the Razor Crest.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I like that little detail.
I have a theory.
And I know you guys are kind of young. I don't know how many different cars you've driven before,
Mhm.
but going from a SUV or like a pickup truck and then hopping into the driver's seat of like a Corvette,
Oh, bro, I was thinking that
very
same car.
different. very different. So him like not giving it enough gas and it feeling, bumpy and smooth and him not liking it is definitely a good touch. I like that for sure.
Yeah, you know the little hollowed out droid pit that
Mhm.
it has? Obviously, a lot of people
Yeah.
think that Grogu will sit on top of it, but I actually have a theory that Mando will take a liking to the BD droid and actually take him on with him on some journeys and things like that, because he did kind of somewhat because originally, if you remember, he did not like droids at all. Since the first episode
Right.
of Mando, he did not like, using droids or letting droids help. I think has a special liking for that BD droid, so I think it'd be cool if he kind of brings him along until he gets Grogu back, and then Grogu can have a friend.
I would love to
Ellie
see an
Moto,
interaction
by
between
the
them
way,
two.
as the name, played by Amy Sedaris.
Ah, yes.
What was her name?
Peli Moto.
Doesn't she have a nickname?
Okay.
Like
Moto.
Really?
Does she? I don't know.
Wrigley.
Don't see-
I think it's Wrigley or something. I watched a Star Wars theory video.
Maybe. But you did mention something about how the N1 actually got out there. With them, I don't know if we've seen it before in canon or not, but them having a like localized hyperdrive, so them not having to dock on a starfighter ring to be able to jump to hyperspace, definitely seemed like Bryce Dallas Howard's sort of broad stroke to cover why it could be there without a whole other like fleet of them being there or anything like that, which definitely works.
Dude,
Easily favorite part of the episode. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say seeing him fly like through the old pod racing area was so sick. Like he was just taking those tight corners and speeding out. It
Yeah.
was sick.
Somebody took a screen still of it. The guard ramp that Anakin went off of in episode 1, like the wreckage is still there in like exacting shape of like whenever he busts through it in his pod race.
Yeah, where's the cleanup crew on Tatooine?
They don't pay. They're not paying anybody to go do that.
No,
No
but don't you
chance.
think like the
Jawas.
the Jawas I'm sure would
Jawas,
pick them up and
The
make them into a
plastic's not
fence or
worth
something.
anything.
Oh, true. I do think it's kind of funny that Jawas just find shit and then they
Bro,
bring them to people.
they're on it.
They really are.
Also, fun fact: the that drive shaft, effectively, like that last piece that they have the Jawas go steal for them. Same thing that they tried to use in the trash compactor in the first Death Star
Oh,
to stop it, like to jam up against the wall.
I noticed that. That was
I
pretty sick.
knew I recognized that shit.
Hey, they're genius. Little Easter eggs, dude. Genius with those.
I definitely feel Easter eggs were sprinkled out through this whole episode, just like for us to pick about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like what I was saying was like I think everyone also shares the same like feeling. This episode was that it is the best episode in the series.
Which is sad in a way because like it's a series about Boba Fett, and yet
Yeah.
the one without
mean-
Boba Fett was the best one.
I would argue that chapter 2 might be better.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of people are thinking like, wow, this has been the best episode. I personally liked, I think it was 4. It was the one after the one that got so much ridicule for like the speeders.
Is it the one where he got the
Oh.
Rancor?
No, it was I think it was the one where they just alluded to, at the end, they alluded to Mando getting into the
Yeah,
series.
that was
So
4.
yeah, 4, I believe.
So with I could be misremembering the titles as well, but it was either the one with the speeders or the episode immediately following, whenever they attacked like the speeder train. That might be my favorite Star Wars set piece like of all time.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Them actually doing the train heist was nuts.
I mean, it
Oh,
was
that
a space
was
western.
sick.
It was
Right, exactly. Yeah.
literally Star Wars and how it was like meant to be shown. And I think that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
sick.
Now, what I was gonna say was maybe we or some people think it's the best episode because we haven't seen Mando in a long time,
Yeah, it's got that.
and also the combat was better than what we've seen in previous episode with Mando being a bit more agile
Mhm.
and the Darksaber as well. So maybe that's what people say.
And with
Well,
that,
also
they were able
Boba's
to.
been-
Go ahead.
Boba's also been in the back to take, like recovering, so he hasn't been at like his 100%. But then again, the fighters around him haven't been too good. Other than those hogs, I love the hogs.
Mhm.
I
The
forget the-
Gamorreans,
Very loyal.
Yeah.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, they're ride or die, man. They're all about it. It's whoever's paying them, they're ready to go die for them.
Oh yeah.
I really wanted to see him square off with Chrysanthemum, but that is probably might be a little bit difficult for Tamura to do himself, like in real life.
Yeah, I feel like that scene honestly wasn't done its justice because it was very. I don't know. It just didn't seem so real or gritty to me. The whole when he took him out of the back of the tank and just started kind of like going
mean,
after him.
Yeah.
That's horrifying, though.
Oh, that is
I
it's scary.
would never want to wake up to that. Like, and I knew it was going to happen as well. Like, as the scene started building up, the music, the score started going up as well.
Mhm.
I think it was okay. The actual scene itself after the initial fight was okay.
Yeah,
But
I don't like how the little modded group came in and was just like trying to like kick his ass, even though they got worked.
lasso his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
but
got
like
destroyed.
But also, I don't expect some group of 4 like cyberpunk kids to be able to whoop this guy's ass. Like, this guy's horrifying. Chrysanthemum's the scariest thing I've seen in Star Wars in a hot minute,
Mhm.
and I do not like whenever he sent full body. He sent a full body. That was a lot of meat rolling down the stairs whenever he tackled the the Gamorrean that he hit at the top of the stairs and rolled down with. That's like Brian Urlacher from Chicago Bears fame, like hitting you mid-chest at the top of a stairway. Like, that's horrifying.
He did chuck Boba a couple times, like through his
Yeah.
back to place, where they looked like some pretty hard hits. But other than that, I feel like they kind of dulled down what Chrysanthemum could really do. You know.
Definitely, and I think with the I think we'll probably see him again in the one of the last two episodes, especially after they talked him up. The like the head lady of the cantina
Oh.
talked him up, talked
Mhm.
about like the fighting pits and stuff like that, which
Gotcha.
also another callback to old expanded universe stuff. Very cool. I think they're gonna want to show that live action for sure.
Hmm. I think before, because I have a theory about Madame Garza, the Twilight that runs that bar. But before we get into that, back to
She might be the best thing to happen to Star Wars in a
Yo.
hot minute.
Yo, you're telling me, man. You're
Jennifer
telling me.
Beals is her name? Hey, yo.
Back to what Scrap was talking about, how Mando was wielding the Darksaber. A lot of people theorize that he will learn to use the Darksaber from Luke Skywalker himself. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
That would.
I mean, next
That'd be
episode
cool.
they're teasing up that Mando was going back to see Grogu, and last time we saw Grogu was with Luke Skywalker, and Mando doesn't really know how to use that Darksaber quite yet. You know, he needs some teaching, he needs some learning, he needs a master. And a lot of people think that, you know, Luke might train him in the ways.
So, quick raise of hands. Who here has seen Star Wars Rebels?
Very long time ago. I don't remember a lot of it.
I
That
recently
entire
rewatched it.
Darksaber fight scene was justice of Sabine learning with Kanan. Because she
Mm.
said the same thing. She said, why, like, this blade is so heavy. They didn't really talk about it then, because, of course, you have an actual Jedi.
Now that you bring it up, I
that
do
point
remember
in
that.
time. Sabine is still alive. Because, or maybe, they haven't told us or not. I think it's probably more likely that Sabine either comes back and teaches him, or Ahsoka herself probably does it instead.
Do you think that the Darksaber, you know how you have to win it in combat for it to like kind of, you know, have power or whatever? Do you think it still belongs to Sabine in a way? Because she gave it to Bo-Katan, and then Moff Gideon took it from Bo-Katan, and then Mando took it from Moff Gideon. But if the original thing didn't win by combat, or does that really matter? Is it kind of like...
I think it
it's more-
depends. Go ahead, Amon.
Oh no, you go for it. You go for it.
But I think it depends on how much you want to lean into mysticality in Star Wars versus like legitimate logical stuff. Because like the armorer said, you either win it in combat or your people are cursed for 1,000 years or whatever she said.
Right.
And they kind of show that with like the Night of 1,000 Tears, the sacking of Mandalore.
By the way, I just
Which
want to say,
is-
live action Mandalore looks sick.
That scene, very emotional. I didn't think I'd ever see that in live action. And like the little Terminator homage they did with the KS droids walking through and just like executing the bodies on the ground, like that was pretty wild for Star Wars. I like that a lot.
That's pretty tough. Dilla, do you have something to say?
Oh, I was gonna say this like almost the same exact thing because I was thinking that the like when you adapt the what's it called, I don't even know how to say it, but winning the Darksaber, I think that was more of like who gets the right to rule Mandalore over like a mystical like curse.
Oh, okay.
But then I remembered that she said that if you won it and you're not like pure, you do get like the 1,000-year curse on your on Mandalore or something like that. I can't remember.
I do think it's gonna be cool to see Mando go back to Mandalore at some point, which I'm assuming is what's gonna happen in season 3. He's gonna try to reclaim his Mandalorian title, so that'll be very interesting to see. I'd love to see Boba go actually to Mandalore too. Imagine they team up again in Mando.
I am curious to see what they do with Boba as far as his heritage is concerned. Boba doesn't really think he's a Mandalorian, I don't think. Definitely, I
Definitely
mean,
not.
Django hardly was, and I doubt that he passed it on to Boba in any real meaningful sense before he died in Attack of the Clones. I don't, and it kind of plays in with speaking of people, real quick aside. People that said this episode made no sense in the flow of the show, which I've been seeing on Twitter a lot, are stupid as hell. Because literally they're talking about in a direct comparison of Boba looking for a tribe and Mando being cast out of his for trying to evolve past the need of that with or evolve into his own, like with the child, with Grogu, and then having to give that up. So quick aside, but I don't know, man. I would love to see them team up again, but I don't know if Boba would be going back to Mandalore on any crusade type reasons or anything like that anytime soon.
Gotcha. All right, now I guess wrapping up the whole dark saber thing, it would be cool to see, Luke teach Mando how to wield it, and just see Luke again in general. How'd you guys think Luke looked in the end of season 2? By the way, I know a lot of people were kind of like ripping on it being like a weird deep fake, and there was like it hits that uncanny valley thing. Like, what were you guys' thoughts? I know that was 2 years ago, but
I mean, I
really didn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I still cried either way.
It was awesome.
Facts. I think that that one looked the best out of who have they done so far? Out of the best of young Carries, Leia's, and Grand Moff Tarkin's. I think Luke's easily looked by far the best, and I think it's just because they've had more time to do it. Also, as soon as the X-Wing flew past in the season 2 finale, I immediately, like, my heart just started like beating out of my chest.
Dude,
like,
I'm still upset with myself because, and this is, you guys are gonna cringe at me for this, but I watched the season finale on my phone.
Oh my god!
I woke up.
That's rough.
I woke up and I'm like, oh my god, Mandalorian! I can't wait to watch it. It was like the week before Christmas. And I watched it on my phone. I still got hyped, and it was so awesome to see. But I really wish I would have either watched it with like headphones or like on a big TV, because it would have done it so. I don't know what was wrong with me.
If I were you, I would have just rewatched it immediately. Would have went straight to a TV.
That's what
I've watched that episode probably a dozen times now at this point.
Oh yeah, that's like my one scene that I show people when I'm like, "This is Star Wars. This is cool."
Oh. I don't know what scene I would show people. That's an interesting idea, though. I'll have to think about that.
That'll be for another podcast. We'll talk about our one scene from Star Wars. That's probably the best that you'd have to show someone. What were you saying, Dilla?
Oh no. I'll leave it for whenever we do that.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. I do want to say one thing. I want to go back to the what I call them, the cyber gang. What are your opinions on them?
The Mos Vespa gang?
I think it is exactly what would happen should like anything like that be real. I think that is the most realistic thing, like cybernetics and stuff like that.
A lot of people
in the Star Wars verse. I know in the Old Republic, obviously you could create your own class or your character, and there's like the cybernetics, but I don't know, it just feels kind of off.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's weird to see those types of people in Tatooine. Because like Tatooine's such a rundown, shitty place in the universe, and like I could see them at like Coruscant, like lower levels type shit.
Like Coruscant, Nar Shaddaa.
Right, but think about. I can only think about real life, like as far as like trend movements go. How long do you think it took the first Supreme T-shirt to go to, I don't know, Topeka City, Kansas? Or like Boulder, Colorado. Boulder's a pretty big city, but an 1,000 population city in the Midwest probably took a long time to get there. So if like body modding, for like a cyberpunk term, I don't know how familiar you guys are with that, but if that was popular on Coruscant, in the heart of the galaxy, biggest planet or one of the largest like population trends in the galaxy, it could take 60 years, which is about how long it is from Clone Wars or I think 50 years actually. It could take 50 years for that to get out there. And maybe that's the reason there's only 6 of them that are doing it.
Right.
And they did have Thundercat, by the way, any music listeners in chat.
I saw that.
Thundercat, I really liked that cameo, actually. He fit right in. I liked it. I liked that one a lot.
All right, side question. If you guys were to mod a part of your body, what would it be?
My dick.
Well, that's a basic answer.
It would definitely be my eyes, for sure.
Eyes, I think eyes are dope. I really like his character design. The guy with the
yeah.
eye transplant, he's pretty cool. Um, I don't know, dude. I might do like a full leg sweep, like
Oh yeah.
cybernetic knees. That shit would be dope.
They
Because
would be
already
have
my
you
ankles
roll
are
through?
really weak. I roll those fucking things all the time. But like swap those out with some pistons, and I could dunk on a 20-foot rim. Like that would be pretty sick.
But you would only have it on one. Are you talking about both legs or just one?
I'd probably do both like
Imagine
knee
you only
down.
have it like one leg.
Yeah. Well, yeah, one leg. Yeah, it'd have to be a really
And it's like-
strong one leg.
And it's like
jumper.
they didn't have enough parts for it to be like a normal size, so that actually is like longer than your other leg, so you're just like waddling all over the place. That would suck.
And also, I think it kind of brings up, just to stay on topic a little bit as well. Like we see Luke get his hand replaced in like the original trilogy, rather easily. Like they swap that thing on, and it's he's running in no time. They put the synth flesh on it and everything looks real.
Mhm.
It's a plug and play.
This is also like almost like, I don't want to say post scarcity, but technology's supposed to, in like the original axioms of Star Wars, technology is supposed to be so common that it's now looks run down everywhere. So them having it eventually on Tatooine is not like a big deal to me specifically, but I don't know, like how expensive it would actually be comparative to, I don't know how many credits they're getting a day, because they did kind of bring it up, paying a month's rent for their water. Like that's kind of crazy.
I will say, just like the first time seeing the modders, it did seem out of place, but like the more I see him, the more it kind of feels natural.
Going back onto that, I don't think the modders would pay for much of their stuff. I think they would scavenge most of it from like random
Jawas?
spots
That's a
around
good point.
Tatooine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You think the Jawas have an inside?
probably. They probably have a ton of stuff that they've probably even stolen off of people, kind of like Rocket the Raccoon.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean,
The
I
Jawas
didn't
are
think
just the
they got
about
rockets
that.
of
speeders.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Tatooine is kind of like the Wild West. I mean, there's probably plenty of
Everything.
everything. Yeah.
All right, back to my theory of Madame Garza here.
Oof,
Again,
yeah.
a
Let's
fine
talk
addition to
about
Star
Madame
Wars.
Garza.
No, okay, so I think something's up with her. I think she has an in with the Pikes or something.
Sure.
Like I don't think she's too pretty, nice, and like happy to be, I don't know, just like a side character. I feel like she has definitely something in with the Pikes or the Hutts or something. I don't know. I think her character is yet to be fully developed in this season.
Dare I propose she could be a part of the Empire in some form and capacity? Because we know they're still
Ooh.
around, still like getting recollected. Recollected.
Right. Yeah. They're
Right.
reforming
Getting
right
together.
now about the
Yeah.
time of the Mandalorian. Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, those are both really good theories actually, because she does kind of have that air to her. To me, it kind of plays like a business owner trying to not piss off whoever's in charge. Because as soon as Boba was like, "Yeah, I'm running this shit now," she was like, "Great, here's your tribute. Please don't come mess up my place." So of course she could just be survival, but I think she easily could be playing with the Pikes as well. Also, Pikes in live action for the first time. Surprised with how good they look. I did not think they would transfer over so well from the Clone Wars.
Did you notice that they look like fish?
Yeah, as soon as
Yeah.
I didn't realize that in the Clone Wars, but as soon as they took the mask off, I was like, that's kind of interesting. I like their design a lot.
I think it's cool too. Have you heard about? This is another theory, right, that people are having, but having a Cad Bane live action character
Ooh.
that is possibly
would love
working
to
with
see
the
that.
Pikes or whatever. Like that's one of the bigger theories, if like Cad Bane is working with the Pikes, and he's like kind of running the spice around. But
Has everybody watched The Bad Batch?
yes.
No.
Okay.
Dilla, I'm
No,
taking you
I
off this
don't.
one, buddy. I'm taking you off.
Disconnect from the car.
Oh.
Hey, you're back.
But well, do you mind if I spoil a scene?
Oh,
Or
I
are you...
I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they face off as a kind of like an homage to a cut scene from the original end of Clone Wars, where Oh, I might be getting my lines mixed up. But the Denton Boba's helmet is from or was from a Cad Bane shot.
Hmm.
So they
Wasn't
do
that a
like the
deleted
dual
scene,
thing. Yeah,
right?
I believe so. I might have to double check, but they did the scene with what's
Hunter.
the squad leader? Hunter, thank you. I was about to anyways, yeah, but they did the homage with that scene with Hunter with the showdown and Cad waxes him.
Oh,
There's
dude,
the spoiler, by
it
the
was
way.
sick.
Scene was sick. I was shocked.
Hmm.
I did not think they were going to do that, but it was awesome. But
Thought
I
that
would
man
love to
died.
see that, but because they still kind of have they have the dent in the helmet still. Of course, they haven't like canonized whatever happened to it. But I don't know if Cad Bane would play nice.
Definitely not.
So
That was a cool reveal during the Bad Batches, like seeing Cad Bane, because I think that was kind of like out of left field almost.
mhm.
And then we saw Fennec in animated form as well. That was pretty cool. Who do you think, if given the opportunity, would play a good Cad Bane in live action?
Ooh.
I don't know too many actors and such, but I definitely maybe have like one or two.
I feel like you
Yeah.
need somebody like Timothy Oliphant, who played the Marshal in season 2.
Oh
Also
yeah.
was main character in Justified, which was like a modern day Western serialized show,
It's funny you
right?
bring that up. My dad's watching that exact show. Anyways,
They
go on.
have the new season coming out. This isn't a podcast about that, but I can't wait for that actually. I think you need somebody that gives off like that gunslinger swag, because like Oliphant kills as the Marshal, like low hanging gun belt on the waist, just kind of like spurs jingling every time he walks. Like you need that edge, I think, for somebody to play Cad, and I don't know who could play him right now.
I'm just waiting for the line of like Fennec kind of like running across him and then him being like, "Hello, little lady," or something like that. Because isn't that his like thing? I
Yeah,
can't
his
do it good.
his voice
Cad
modulation
Bane,
goes
but
hard as well, and I think he's just a fan favorite. I don't know anybody who doesn't like Cad Bane so far. So
ugh.
Found a fan cast that I quite like. It's Adrian Brody. I don't know if you guys want to
let me look him up. I'm curious
He's
actually.
in Peaky Blinders.
Ooh.
I really like this one a lot.
Hey, flash a picture of Adrian Bodie in post for me, Strikester.
Gotcha.
Because as soon as I saw him, I was like, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
The cheekbones fit, I think, a lot.
Yeah, that was the main thing for me. Yeah, I really like that fan cast a lot.
Now, hey, some actors don't want to do the hair and makeup though.
Yeah,
Because if
that's
they're gonna
true.
do it, I don't know if they like. I would assume they'd have a lot of facial like prosthesis to have to go on for Cad to get that.
Oh,
Not only
100%.
the blue face, but like the actual. Because he's like really cut cheekbones. Because his cheeks go like way into his face as a Duros
Like
as
Tarkin
well.
and
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Oh. If only
That
he could
man,
see it now, dude. I love Tarkin, by the way. I don't know, like him, like Willis. Hated him in the Clone Wars, but that's probably because of how well his voice actor did.
Oh, dude, it was cool seeing him in the Clone Wars. He was still such a dick.
Yeah, nothing changed. Yeah.
He's just such an asshole. All right. I guess this is where I can bring up another one of our topics that I started here in the Discord. But going around, we lost
that's
Scrap's
kinda
webcam there.
yeah.
But
on.
going
Be right back.
around, what is everybody's like favorite era of Star Wars? Which they say. I'll start. I personally love, like the Empire kind of era where it's like, you know, obviously episodes 4 through 6, and you know Rogue One in between that, and you got the Solo movie as well. I find that era to be my favorite and just something I can relate to probably the most. When maybe for nostalgic reasons, but that's my personal favorite to like constantly look at. I actually even have I don't know if you've seen it on Amazon or something, but there's like a huge Paul Duncan book of the first 3 movies, and then he has one for 4 through 6, and it's basically everything you would see in a behind the scenes like documentary, but in book form, and they got concept art and everything. Super cool. But yeah, I would say definitely the Empire era is probably my favorite. Galactic Empire, sorry.
I would go ahead and say my favorite is probably the Old Republic. I just think the concept of, or not the concept, but like the storyline that was going on around that time. You have the the Revan order. You have just the Sith and the Jedi going at it at all times,
Mhm.
trying to like, rule the galaxy. I just
Yeah.
think that's an awesome period in time.
Did you ever watch the Star Wars: The Old Republic cinematics?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got into that because of Scrappy.
Oh yeah.
He told me
Oh,
to hop on,
yeah,
and I was
yeah, yeah.
like,
He's like, bro, look
I
at
love
this
that
shit
game.
I just saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Dilla
dude,
played like 8 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
I should have
Love
hopped back on whenever you guys were playing. I like whenever the Old Republic came out in 2012, I think I got into the beta. All throughout high school, it was literally my most played game. Like I was no lifing SWTOR. Just I was already a huge Star Wars fan whenever that game came out, and with the Old Republic being kind of fresh and new and nothing really canon for what was going on post like Revan, it was just super dope to jump into. Scrap, I'll let you go next though.
For what? Oh,
Favorite era.
Yeah, favorite era.
Yeah, tune back into the podcast, Scrap.
I mean, I was gonna go with Dilla being the Old Republic, but I mean, the Clone Wars has been like
Mhm,
so,
mhm.
and like just the characters in that show as well, like Rex and all of them. Just a Rex fanboy. I love the clones.
Yeah, they definitely give a lot more of world building and storytelling during the Clone Wars era. So I would definitely, I mean, that's probably my second, clearly.
Yeah, especially like Darth Maul's like just his come up again during
Mhm.
that is just amazing.
Bacon?
So I have, man, it's probably a. So right now they're releasing a ton of stuff in the new High Republic era. I don't know if you guys are big book readers or comic readers or anything like that, but I have been devouring the new novels that are coming out, and I was as a kid I was a huge. Hey, my boy, I don't. Have you finished Light of the Jedi yet?
Read 5 pages.
Oh my god, bro! Oh my god, dude. That
man.
might be my new favorite era. It's like enough of the prequels as far as like the Jedi Order goes to be familiar, but literally everything else is just so fresh. Like the way they view the Force and talk about the Force and even like use the Force is just so fresh and exciting. I can't put the stuff down.
Right.
So right now, and it might just be a recency bias, but other than that, probably the Dark Times. In between episode 3 and episode 4, that 20-year span where like Luke's growing up, definitely the most interesting stuff to me, because the stories that are told in that era and like can be told in that era are the most interesting. Just being hunted by the Empire at every turn, Force users or Jedi still kind of being around in some capacity, having escaped the Purge, clones still being like in the Empire. All that stuff is just super cool to me.
Yeah, I've read a lot of the Ahsoka novel that came out, and I think is actually a lot of it is decanonized, unfortunately. But
I think Ahsoka is still. I think Ahsoka made the cut. I gotta look that up actually.
yeah, I think it's like half and half for like certain things that happened. But I read a bunch of that, and the story that Ahsoka being one of my favorite characters in the whole Star Wars franchise, it was really cool seeing her story and her point of view of everything from her master turning and her knowing and whatever. It's pretty cool. So I would agree with that for sure. And even like
it
the whole
looks
Bad
like
Batch.
Ahsoka did make the cut, by the way.
Oh, so that's his
everything-
canon.
Yeah.
Oh, fire. All right. I'll probably have to reread that now that I know that. But I would say like the whole Bad Batch series was in between that, right? Like a lot of it was filler episodes. I mean, it was like what, post 99 and then slowly but surely going towards 4.
Right. I don't think they'll make it that far.
You think they're dead? You think they're dying?
I do not think I don't think Clone Force 99 will be making it too much longer. Not with Omega in tow, I don't believe.
Oh shit, yeah.
She's a little important, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, everybody, that was a great conversation on different eras. Back to Star Wars: The Old Republic stuff, or I guess like the game. are you guys excited for the new remake of what was it again?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic,
I think I might have to hop on that ASAP.
right?
Yeah.
It
I
looks
have
good.
no games on the PS5 right now. That's the game I'm waiting for. I was like thinking about reselling my PS5 until Carlos's PS5 until they announced that.
You just
You're gonna
get in
sell
on
your
PC,
brother's
bro.
PS5.
But yeah,
I think
sorry.
so. No, you're fine. They mentioned that they're taking out the old. I don't know. I know I asked earlier, but they're taking out the old turn-based combat, and they're gonna do it. I think like Fallen Order. Obviously, old people like me are going to be upset with that because it's not a true to form remake.
Mhm.
But that's not what we need, people. We don't need lame ass like, ooh, I'm gonna hit swipe 5 times and then you enter it and then you pause it and you like watch it happen. No, dude.
like a mobile
Like
game.
I want to see Fallen Order-esque combat because that stuff is cool. Like Fallen Order combat was awesome. And I want to see Revan
Oof.
fuck
Imagine being
those
able to-
kids up in with quick action events.
You get the quick action events from I don't think Fallen Order had quick events
No,
like that,
it was
but
like
Spider-Man did.
Uncharted or Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
yeah.
definitely did. That'd be cool. Now that we're talking about Jedi Fallen Order, I'm gonna steal this idea from, I think it was Elite who posted it in the idea channel or the topics channel. The new games that are coming out of Respawn, EA Respawn, for Star Wars. I know there's 3. I think I don't think they're rumors. I think they're official. But it's like one is a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, one is a new first-person shooter, and then the third one is like I forget what it was, but I think
Strategy game.
Strategy. That's what it was. What are our thoughts on it?
I personally haven't looked into it too much. I just been like mainly focusing on the media that they've been outputting, but
Mhm.
sounds cool to me.
We're also a few years out still. I think we're easily
100%.
like 2 years out still of any of those coming out. I think.
Well, I think about EA and Respawn. Respawn, I think, is a great company. You know, they make, what was it, Titanfall and Apex Legends and all that. So they, I think, kind of know what they're doing. But before they kind of relinquished it to Respawn, EA had a very bad track record with a lot of their games because obviously EA had a lot of rights to Star Wars, and you know they brought out multiple games throughout multiple years. And unfortunately, not a lot of them did well, except for Fallen Order, because that was something that everybody wanted. They wanted a fresh Jedi game that's, you know, has some sick combat.
I wanted a fresh story game.
Yeah,
Imagine that. That's such a crazy thing to think about,
I know.
considering like before that, the last 3 were just like Battlefronts.
Oh yeah, and Battlefront got hella flames from like the fan base and everything. I'm a little upset because I don't know if any of you guys played Star Wars Squadrons, like the pilot fighting game.
Yeah.
That game was actually really fun, and every time I hop on now, there's just no one online, and I can't play. and you know, maybe they stopped you know, kind of progressing. Like there could have been cool updates where you can play as like maybe like Boba's Slave 1 or the Millennium Falcon or whatever. You know, kind
Not
of like
called the Slave One anymore.
Yes,
That's-
it is.
yeah, I
Where
don't-
where do you get that? Stop reading Twitter.
Wasn't it called?
articles.
No, it was called the Fire Spray. Well, it's a
It's-
model.
That's the
Okay,
model. It's a fire spray shit, but it's not.
Don't get me started, Scrap. Don't get me started on these
Ooh.
dumb ass
Gonna
Star
have some
Wars
fights.
reporters, dude.
No, but I think that game was not done its justice because it definitely could have been more than just like a dogfighting game. I think they could have done a lot more with it. But now that Star Wars is letting more than just EA itself, you know, they're kind of, actually there was an article or something a couple months back, maybe even a year ago, but like Star Wars is now letting other companies work on games. So I think the future for Star Wars games is going to be just exponential at this point.
Can I just say something? I hope that any future Star Wars game uses squadrons like flying mechanics
Oh
for
yeah,
like everything. That flying was just awesome.
it
I
was
loved
super
it.
simple.
I think we queued up a few times.
We did,
on
but my
Squadrons. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
my
no.
PS2 died mid ranked match, and I had to go get a new one at Best
And I
Buy.
remember like whenever the game was coming out, because it was what, $40, $20.
Yeah, it's
I
probably
forget how
something like
much
that.
it was. It
30.
wasn't as much. Yeah, 30. And I remember them saying like, "Hey, if you guys want to pay $30, this is the only thing you're gonna get. We're gonna release this game for $30, and that's all we're gonna do for it." And they
Yeah.
were pretty much true to their word. I mean, I don't know what else you can expect.
You ever play that
But
shit in
I-
VR?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I
Yes.
don't have a VR headset,
It's
but God,
a
I want
different-
one so bad to play.
It's a different experience,
awesome.
bro.
Yeah.
It being in the
Carlos
cockpit
had
like
the
that.
Carlos had the VR headset and the flight controller.
Oh my god, bro. That's like
Yeah.
full immersion right there.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I want to do like Summit's trying to do it. Like he's building his full like racing sim loadout, make a fake X-wing cockpit in
Yeah,
my
and then,
room,
and then you,
and
and then you
VR
put like
headset up
you
on
put
it.
like dog collars around your body, and every time you get shot, you get shocked. That'd be the perfect
yeah,
immersion
the,
right
the
there.
haptic feedback system.
Oh, 100
Suits or
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
they're
yeah.
called. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
speaking of like the future of games, I mean, what Strikes you want to talk about in the topic channel was the Lego game that's coming out.
Yes, the Lego game that has made my YouTube channel. Because I reacted
I
to
saw
it
that.
and it popped off, and
Oh, did it really? I'm gonna have to go give you a view on there.
You're gonna have to do
Appreciate
a
it,
whole
appreciate it.
walkthrough on that game when it comes out.
oh, I have to. Yeah, my fan base is dying to see that.
Are you gonna make a 50-part series?
Oh, I have
Let's
to now.
Play.
Yeah. A
Oh, yeah.
Lego Let's Play. Let's do it, or I'll stream it, whatever. But yeah. I mean, did anyone ever play? I remember it coming home one day from school, and I ordered the 2005. It was like the whatever something saga, just like the Legendary Saga, the Lego game. I came home from school, and there was a little package. This is before like Amazon Prime or whatever. It was like in a little yellow package, and I ripped it open. And I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to play it that day, but I played it anyways, because it was like a gift or something. But I remember playing it because I got it on the Wii, and I played that thing for so long. And I think it's just gonna be exciting to see, just like all new. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer, but like there's like new combat systems. There's tons more characters, obviously new graphics, and it looks insane. They added the
The
sequels
combo
too.
system looks insane.
Yeah, I made
Like,
a
I
comment.
see
I
why
was
they
like,
pushed it back. The game looks nuts.
oh yeah,
Um,
I made a comment. I was like, this is literally like doing like Arkham style combat system where you do combos and shit.
I'm glad they pushed it back. I think it needs, or it probably did need the fine tuning that it got, and I'm just excited for the full release.
I
I
played.
will wait an
yeah.
extra year for a game. Like after Cyberpunk and all these games, even like Halo Infinite, which I'm still playing because I compete in it. But like all of that stuff, just give me another year, dude. Just like polish it off. I'll wait. Because if like Lego Star Wars comes out and I have zero complaints about it, I'll be happy that they delayed it. Like I won't care at all.
I can't wait to play the pod racing scene. Honestly, I think that's gonna be badass.
I didn't even think of about that. Oh my
That,
god, that's
yeah,
gonna
that was
be
my
amazing.
favorite. I played that shit so much. That scene over and over again, and I was so bad at it, but it's gonna be really fun to play and kind of
I
like relive that
probably will
nostalgia.
show my age here, but did any of you guys play Star Wars Pod Racing on like the PS1?
Bro, I'm not that
No.
old, but my friend had a PS5. Was it a 5? And there was just like old games that you can play, and we played that shit. I was insane at that game. I
Dude,
killed it.
I would love to see just a Splash remake, not like GTA 3 though, because that looked pretty horrible. But just like updated graphics, you know.
Can you imagine
but,
a VR game of that? Just saying, bro.
Pod Racing would be sick.
Dude, the metaverse is the next place for Star Wars. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
No,
Visiting
honestly, give it-
Coruscant. Oh
give it-
my god.
Give us 50 years and we can 100% do that. I have this, since we're still on the Star Wars gaming trend here, I've had this idea for a game for it has felt like years. But imagine, have you guys played Red Dead Redemption 2 or like
Yeah.
GTA in general? Just imagine a game with a system that has where you can do missions, you know, you can get credits, you can buy ships and speeders and starfighters, and there's just so much world building that can be made. So say you're a bounty hunter, right? This is a bounty hunter game. This is my concept for a bounty hunter game in the near future. But like, you're able to go around this new city, like say this new city that we saw in Book of Boba, where Mando was, like kind of looked like the Halo ring.
Love
Imagine
that,
you're
by the
just
way.
yeah, that was pretty sick. Imagine you're just in a world like that, and you know you're getting missions from people, side quests, side missions, and then you're getting all these credits, and you use those credits to, you know, get better blasters or better looking suits or whatever, right? You get like a cape or a helmet, you know, other ships and shit like that. You can literally do like almost a full reskin of GTA or Red Dead and just make it Star Wars, and I think that game would be insane.
I want to put something on your guys' radar. It is called Star Citizen. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Oh,
It is people believe it's a money grab, which it is. It 100% is. But I mean the amount money that some of the ships cost in IRL money. My God, I know there's some that cost like thousands for like a super yacht type ship. Whew. But that game has a bare bones of exactly what you're talking about. It has exactly what you're talking about, and I think it is something that you guys should look into, and I think it could be like perfect in the next couple of years whenever they
Yeah. Ooh,
lower Princeton.
ooh. Hey, Dilla, they make jokes about passing down your Star Citizen ownership to your grandchildren and your will.
Yeah, I
now.
know.
But not to be a downer. I did actually look into Star Citizen, and I watched a guy I met back in PUBG days streamed it for a long time, and it's super dope. And I would love to see that, but like GTA Online is still popping off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how have they not passed a game along? Like, how has Lucasfilms not passed a game design along to a company like Rockstar, seeing that you can do, not to say the bare minimum, but keep GTA 5 online for what's it been, like 10 years now, 11 years now, and make so much money off of it? Like, that should be pretty enticing to Disney, I think. But I don't know.
I mean, I'm at this point, I'm just gonna start emailing Rockstar and Lucasfilm Games, just asking
That's
them,
a
be like, hey,
great
let's
idea.
just keep doing. Come on, why aren't we doing this yet?
I mean, I feel like GTA's like movement system might be a bit too sluggish for like Star Wars.
what
I
about like
definitely
a
agree,
what about like a third person Destiny kind of? Thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, I think it's probably expectations because everybody would want to be like a Force user at some point in time.
So
right?
no, this game in my head is specifically bounty hunters and like smugglers, or whatever. I think that can be
I think would be
because
dope.
obviously, yeah, I think that's the problem with like
You have to manage
SWTOR.
expectations, right?
Yeah, but like that's the problem I think with Star Wars: The Old Republic right now is like obviously everyone wants to be a Jedi. Obviously, there's other storylines to go with like a smuggler or bounty hunter or whatever, but everybody's just gonna want to be a Jedi, and then there's no point of being a bounty hunter because they're like too overpowered, or because the Jedis are too overpowered or whatever. So, I think specifically in my head, this is a bounty hunter game that we play, and we build our own, you know, online bounty hunter character, you know. And you can like choose the race or species or whatever would be sick.
You need to tell them to. You have to call up whoever is making Star Wars 1313 and see if they can bring that back
Yeah.
in their
Dude,
production.
I saw some like early bare bones footage of that.
They
and it
just
looked
released
really
that.
good.
Yeah. Dude, I remember I was still getting Game Informer magazines in 2011 whenever that game got announced, and it was on, I think, the front cover of one. I remember getting home, rushing home, ripping that out of the mail, dude, and just like, oh my God, I can't wait for this game. And here I am, an adult 11 years later, as
Still getting
disappointed
them,
as
right?
ever that it got
Oh.
canceled. Yeah.
You're still getting Game Informer. I remember getting those
Yeah,
a couple
no,
times.
definitely not.
Do they even still make those?
That's a great question.
I haven't seen one actually.
I'm pretty sure they're
Those are
totally
prehistoric.
online now. Their website's tough. Just pulled it up. It looks like a. Oof.
Looks like a scam.
I mean, they're.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys know about this game, but me and my friend, we actually found this game that was like in beta a while ago, and now it's like full release. It's called Odyssey, Elite Dangerous, and it's like what you guys are talking about. It's like you explore different planets and you get your own ships and fight people and all that. It's pretty cool.
what was it called again?
Speaking about that, I just saw it. It is on sale on Steam right now.
Yeah,
Oh?
Odyssey Elite Dangerous.
Hashtag sponsored.
called,
I'll link it.
And if
in
you
the
guys use my
Discord.
code, ooh, Scrap, I hate to tell you though, but he has a
So
2.2 out of
Elite
5
Dangerous
stars.
Odyssey is what you guys are talking about.
A lot
Yeah,
of, lot of
I'll
1-star
link it.
ratings on this one, bud.
Oh yeah, buddy, they do.
Let me tell you, this game has been around as long as Star Citizen, so they've had a bunch of like 1-star reviews since like they first came out.
Oh,
Because it was
gotcha.
really bad at launch, kind of like how No Man's Sky recently, like redeemed themselves, and I think they got to mostly positive reviews now.
Hmm.
But just thought
Alright,
I'd
so
put that out
ignore
there.
ignore what I said then. Didn't happen.
Yeah, most recent reviews are showing mixed, which is but,
Word.
hey, what can you do?
I mean, off topic though, like, what do you guys think the back the tank like fluid tastes like?
Probably salty.
You already know my answer to that.
Oh, there's a reason they wear the mask, right? So probably not great.
Grape juice?
Definitely not.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a blue Kool-Aid kind of thing. Like
I'm
a
thinking
Blue Ice
like
Powerade.
contact solution.
Oh yeah.
Alka-Seltzer.
Can I bring up Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic? First thought to be a PS5 exclusive will also be released on computer. So,
Will be on
Great,
PC.
because now I can play it.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I was thinking of getting one just to play that game, but
I
now I'm
also,
Yeah, good luck
I
trying to even
mean,
get one.
gonna-
It's still
yeah.
a problem now.
true.
All right, well, wrapping up this whole Star Wars conversation. By the way, this isn't just a Star Wars based podcast. We'll be talking about some Marvel stuff and other nerd things here and there. But it just so happened to be that Star Wars is hot and heavy right now, and we haven't talked about this beforehand, so we're just talking about it now. But I think this was a great first little get together, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed what each other had to say. Although, Scrap, we will have to be finding a replacement for you next podcast.
Oh,
I'm sorry to
absolutely.
say.
oh, what
So,
the fuck?
all right, though. Feel free to hit our links down below, and we will be here for you guys next week.
Sounds like
Sure.
fun.
Yeah.
well, since this is going up in post, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you guys next video upload. It's that easy.
Yeah. Anything that.
Don't mind
Bacon
us wearing
says
the
right now.
same clothes.
Yeah. Right.
We're actually about to film 4 episodes right now.
4
Oh, yeah.
back-to-back 50 units.